So it's been a while since Jumana did. Before we start, with the content for this video, as usual, like this video, share it. If you're new, subscribe. So Sisia, we are investor, we are football fan. Actually, the game is rigged against us. Just how fast you're on the fast, say far or for option we are not BBS. We call 10, 10 corners, normal but 9. Like Charlie, it's too much. But over the week we had to experience the knockout stage of the UEFA Champions League, the first format, the first phase of the new format. It was very exciting, Barca versus Benfica, especially after the first leg. The return leg, it was very, very, very good games. Like some unexpected results, but if you followed me for a while, there's some of the results that I predicted right. So Barcelona, Charlie, right now Raphinha. I mean, before those ties, we all had Salah, Raphinha, some even saying Mbappe, Harry Kane. I mean, these are the guys that front runners for this year's Ballon d'Or. And Raphinha really, really did well. It's quite surprising to see that UEFA squad of the week, Raphinha and Lamine Yamal were left out. It was very, very surprising. We saw Sterling. Sterling did so well, giving 2 assists. Especially haven't been able to play for a while. But it was a very good game for Barcelona. Raphinha, Charlie, the guy is unplayable now. It's like every game he's given an assist, or if there's a goal contribution, or he's doing something, and it's very, very impressive because it will share. If you look at his first season, it wasn't really he didn't really deliver like that. I mean, even this we didn't expect him to have what the season is having, but I feel like probably he challenged himself and he's doing so well. I mean, right now he's currently the top scorer in the UEFA Champions League with 0 penalties. I mean, I know a lot of people don't know this, but 0 penalties as a left winger. This guy is a right winger. Moving from Leeds to Barcelona, he is a right winger, but because of Lamine Yamal, they had to move him to the left wing, and he's actually excelling. I mean, a lot of wingers don't have that in their arsenal to be able to, leave their comfort zone and perform. Trust me, even Lionel, I don't think Lionel Messi will be able to move from right wings and then play so well at the left wing. Messi can play central, right wing, even sometimes false nine, but I've never seen Messi at the left wing, doing the stuff. So it's very impressive to see what Rafinha is doing. 11 goals and currently also 5 assists, like top. Like this season, he is Mr. UEFA Champions League. He's doing so well, and hopefully, Sebasa it drew that top now. Must make maybe he might get the Ballon d'Or. He might fight so hard for it, and it's a good. Lamine Yamal actually almost. I won't say it's almost similar to the Euro goal. He did so well without finishing. So brilliant. I mean, you can't dispute Lamine Yamal. Then Liverpool need PSG. PSG going into this game, I actually said it. I mean, the first leg I said Liverpool were going to win, and they did. But in the second leg, I was like, no, I don't see Liverpool beating PSG. Looking at the way PSG played, the form, the attack, and their midfield, and their fullbacks, like this PSG squad is so dangerous on the ball. Like being in ball on the ball. And it's very impressive to see, a group of players play that kind of football. And Luis Enrique is like he has given them that freedom to excel. And it's so funny because they actually lost Colomoni, a very good, striker as well. And yes, though he's playing Usman Dembele as a false nine. And he's now dropping goals on goals on goals on goals. So Liverpool, they stood no chance. I mean, PSG were the better side in both legs, and they deserve to go through. I don't see the scapegoating where Darwin Nunez, people are calling him out and all that, but it doesn't make sense because Nunez is the reason why they were even in that tie in the first place. Coming from the bench to assist, the winner away from home. I mean, they are the reason why. So Liverpool, you didn't deserve to go through that. You didn't deserve to go through to the next round. So PSG, well deserved qualification. Inter did so well. Inter, Marcus Thuram, what a goal that was. That guy, he had missed plenty chance, but that was a very good strike from him. Bayern Munich, they actually showed that when it mattered, they have the pedigree. For the last before these two ties, Bayern had struggled against Leverkusen in their last 5 games. Except the 0-0 draw, they would lose mostly against Leverkusen. But when it mattered the most. Bayern Munich showed why they have 6 UEFA Champions League by beating Leverkusen home and away 5 goal to 0. On aggregate, they didn't even concede a single goal, and that was very impressive to see that Dortmund managed to scrap the win. But then we know who their next opponent is. It will be a very tough game for them. Arsenal also. I mean, they didn't really. I didn't even know why he started with some of the players he did. He could have just probably even given a chance to this Tommy Setford, these Ismail Kabia. I mean, you should have allowed them play. But Ateta, in his infinite wisdom, knew what he was doing, and they managed to get a draw. It was a very good game for them. Sterling, 2 assists. Hopefully, we will get to see more of that. Sterling at one point was so hot. Right now it's like live there. So that be how it did. The game of the week, the Atletico versus Real Madrid game. It was a very brilliant game. I mean, at one point I was like, "No, is this Atletico Madrid?" Because whoo, that was a performance by Atletico Madrid. They did well. They did well. They were, but I think that their problem is they don't have the ability to score. Griezmann is a very excellent player, but sometimes he doesn't have that creative ability to make those defensive plays, splitting passes, on a regular. Sometimes he does it. So we could see from that game, Julian Alvarez had to be shooting from long ranges and all that, trying to make something happen. And it's so hard to beat Courtois from long range. I mean, in his first leg, he got lucky to beat Courtois from that angle, but it's so difficult to beat Courtois from long range. And also he missed the penalty. We also what happened, one side saying there was no double kick. Others saying there was double kick. It was so. But Tiziano, UEFA JR did not do. There's nothing they can do. Ombe appeal it will be nothing. So Real Madrid are through. And at one point, I was even hoping for Real Madrid to go through because Charlie make Real Madrid use black magic knockout PSG. Like I would prefer facing if Barca makes it to the final. I would prefer facing you. Real Madrid. For the pedigree. For the history. Because we've never had an El Clasico UEFA Champions League final, which is so surprising because like these two teams by Clasico, but if we are able to finally get a Clasico final, it will be epic. It doesn't matter how many UEFA Champions League you've won, how many Clasicos you've won. That will be the game. If Barca wins it, oh my God, like the throne will be everlasting. If Madrid wins it, whoo, I mean, so for me, if anybody can beat this PSG team, it will be Madrid because they have a pact with the devil. Then drink the devil in blood, Real Madrid. Like they always find a way. And there's a tweet where someone says, "Real Madrid will rob you. Sana can't tell you say you not get elite mentality." Like Charlie, these guys will like every time something happens, it just doesn't make sense. Like against Dortmund, Adeyemi they miss 1v1, see they hit post. Fukru, they like anytime it's against Real Madrid, something they happen. Like how? Sometimes I feel they watch them like this is not luck. I mean, White Angels, so what? This is no luck. Didn't the devil then join with and do something? Because what Real Madrid they expect, especially in the UEFA Champions League, like when the going gets tough, wanna referee BB, but wanna opposition not with Jimmy, but wanna BB. I mean, against last year, Omone before Bayern, Ebe wins our game. Joselu, was it Joselu? No, Vinicius go is what they say. Neuer out of nowhere, Neuer go Jimmy. Vinicius has said, Joselu so I say within a space of like 5 minutes, Madrid. And that team, I think there is something like BB womb. Omone devil, Satan, or my BB. Until one day we will expose them. They can't keep getting away with that. So for me, honestly, I would love to see the Madrid versus PSG. I mean, Madrid will be confident, but they shouldn't be too confident because PSG, actually, the boys are too confident right now. And I would love to see that, Kylian Mbappe returns to France, because the numbers Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele is pulling now, but that is very impressive. It would be nice to see that. Aston Villa, so Charlie Marcos Asensio right now, there, Charlie. That guy. I mean, UEFA Champions League, we know he would always turn up, I mean, against Neuer, yeah, and yeah, Club Rouge, Sankwasi, you can't want to me. So, I mean, the quarterfinals we have Arsenal versus Real Madrid. It reminds me of that year, 2006. Yeah, was it yeah, 2006. That Henry flex. With Channel Crown with Jampe. So it will be very very nice. But then that particular game without Saka, Martinelli will play. So I mean, there's a bit of hope there. But without Saka, I don't see them doing anything. But it will be a very interesting game. Arsenal will go in as the underdog, and but then at the end of the day, I expect Madrid to like advance. Then Bayern versus this. This is a game that I think people should not underrate. I see some of these, experts, analysts, all going for Bayern. But let's not underrate Inter at all. I feel like this is what people are doing. They're doing it wrong. Let's not underrate Inter at all. Inter is one. As a Barca fan, I would prefer to meet Bayern than Inter. I would prefer Bayern to beat Inter than we facing Inter. Inter can just win the game out of, I mean, nothing. For me, I would prefer facing Bayern because we faced them before and we saw how that was. And that Bayern of yesterday or of this season, the Bayern we beat, they're no difference from this current Bayern. I mean, it's still the same squad. They're still not playing this exceptional football. So I don't think people should write down Inter. Inter could cause an upset against Bayern because this Bayern side is not special at all. They're not playing any special football. It's one game that I'll be very interested. I'll be very interested to watch because I feel like Inter can upset Bayern, and it's not something that Conte doesn't have the tactical masterclass to pull something like that. But it will be very good. It'll be a good game to watch. PSG Aston Villa, Charlie, the hits PSG gets. It will be a very good game. Emiliano Martinez goes back to France again. Aside Leo, your call Leo, we also have the animosity towards him. He goes, but this time the boy one show the goals like he would eat the goals. But I mean, if he was able to do what he does, maybe he might be able to keep Aston Villa in the tie for a while. But I don't think, no matter how good he is, when the opposition keeps coming at you, at one point you are going to when you Courtois or Alisson. I mean, these are very good keepers. Even they have faults. I mean, so if they keep coming at him like that, unless the Aston Villa defense decides to be very strong, it will be a very good side for Unai Emery to play against his former side. It used to be a very good game. A lot could happen. That is if Aston Villa decide to defend so well. Emiliano Martinez could help them, with his goalkeeping abilities. But then again, how are they going to allow that attack? And that attack keeps coming. Dembele Bebao, so Bakola keeps coming at you, and then Kvaratskhelia. Who are you going to stop with? Is it Ian Matson? We saw Matson in Dortmund. He was brilliant. In the final, he was brilliant. But sometimes we see Unai Emery preferring Lucadini. So, but can Lucadini, match up with Kvaratskhelia? Can these guys match up Ousmane Dembele? We live to see that particular game. But normally we expect PSG to advance, and then we'll see the matchup between Onene Madrid. Then Barcelona Dortmund, spanky. I've seen a lot of comments on social media. I mean, we should expect some spanking as usual. But I feel like Barca, recent years we get too cocky for ourselves, and then we eventually mess up. So hopefully that will not be the case. We play good football, and then we will shine. Lamine Yamal, yeah. Lewandowski, I mean, he's becoming a problem for me because I feel like sometimes he should be taken off. Ferran Torres should actually be given a chance. Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski should fight for his position. And yes, I feel like he's too relaxed. I mean, he has incredible numbers this season, but then again, you watch him play the football, and you're like, how does this guy have these numbers? I mean, that shows how good he is. That shows the kind of player he is, even though he's having this form of bad goal scoring streak. I mean, that means for him to have the numbers that he has overall, it shows that actually the guy still got it. But I feel like he needs competition. He needs to wake up a bit. And Europa League, United did so well today. Managed to get a 3-1, 4-1 win against Sociedad. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, I've said it over and over on game TV everywhere. That Bruno is one player. If I see a United fan criticizing Bruno Fernandes, excuse me, say you are an idiot, because to go after a player like that who constantly gives his all for a club like United, despite the problems, everything that's happened with the club, it's very insane. So, but it's Bruno cannot do it alone. It is a very good win against Sociedad. It's a very good side. And, hopefully Garnacho managed to get assists. Garnacho there lately, it's not like Garnacho that at one point people were excited to see. Hoyland also got an assist, got a penalty. One mention is Patrick Dogu. Very, very. I mean, he's been so impressive so far. He also managed to get a penalty for them, and his defensively he's been solid. That alone not a problem, even though go, but that guy will always be a donkey, and I don't think they should depend on him. Dalo there, United forget somebody way then go make it go. And this Nuama Charlie, like I said before, and this Nuama is doing so well. AFCON there, I'm really excited. Hey, the World Cup qualifiers, I'm really excited to see what will happen. Now we have the ties here. It's surprising. Ajax losing the way they did against Frankfurt there. It's surprising, but I'm not surprised though. Ajax there, we know them. So Lazio will be playing. Your friend is Bodo Glimt. Lazio, I expect them to qualify. Then Tottenham versus Frankfurt. And shock prize them because Frankfurt will upset Tottenham, because Charlie, these guys are bottle teams. My problem now is Lyon versus Manchester United. Lyon last season, or about before they started buying this this guy from West Ham and these other players, they went so down. They almost got relegated, and then they start buying these players, Gift Oban and all these players, and then suddenly they're up again in the quarterfinals, about to face United, and it will be a very tough battle for United. I feel like it will be a defining game for them, because Lyon game no more bono. They are playing so well, and obviously I'll be rooting for Lyon because of Enes Nuama and then also Thiago Amada. It's a shame to see Roma knocked out the way they did. I mean, Matt Hummels betrayed the team with that red card. He not try crap, because for Roma to score 2-1 at home, and then the next leg you just get a red card for professional foul. It doesn't make sense for you to do that. Now your team had to go down by 3 goals, and then you had to come back to score, a consolation goal, which didn't help them. Nico Williams, there, Charlie, he cooked very well. I just want to see more of Inaki Williams, because qualifiers neighbor and it's normal cookie. Antoine Semenyo cookie. We need Inaki Williams to cook. Kudus there. I know say he will turn up, even though he's having a bad streak. So he should turn up for us. So Roma is a very sad defeat for them, but they really deserve better. They deserve better. Win a Messi or more up. Matt Hummels, I mean, with his experience, I didn't expect that. So he had luck to the Roma fans. They deserve better. Mourinho, I can't wait to hear his press conference. What this man will say next. Who is he going to blame? Because, they actually fought well, managed to take this to penalty shootout, and then his players betrayed him. Dusan Tadic, one of the very good penalty takers out there missing, the first penalty. I mean, it shows that anything can happen. Now, Atletico playing Rangers. I mean, Bilbao, I expect Athletic Bilbao, I expect them to, overpower Rangers. And then United game, it will be a very difficult game. I don't have any prediction now, because anything can happen, injuries and all that. So unless we get there, but it's a very good round for them. I mean, Anthony is cooking and say Anthony is doing so well. It's like if you all know now Chelsea, so today they should have done better. That lineup they had, they should have had like 2-3 goals. But Cole Palmer is still struggling, and it's sad. Like, what is going on with this guy? Because you can't just dip like that. Hopefully he will get his form back, and then we will see what will happen in the next few games. So we'll talk about bringing you more football updates, and then also as well, and then tomorrow I'll do another video. We'll talk about the matches, and then the weekend is approaching, so we have a lot to discuss. So as usual, my name is Presider. This is my YouTube channel, and this is the Presiders app. So stay tuned, like this video, share it, and then leave a comment. So